Grizzlies.
All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. Now here's Butler, following the miss by Ja Morant. Back to Butler. Curry on the wing. Shot clock at 6. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I caught up with Coach Steve Kerr. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Moody. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And it's Green with the jam.
Big part of his game offensively. Green fantastic at the pick and roll game.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially late on drives to the rim.
Banked in off the glass.
Strong move by Butler, making sure that was a quality possession.
Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And it's Morant missing. The Warriors have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. They kick it out to Green. They set the pick. Golden State needs to get off the shot. And it's Butler with the jam.
Yeah, Green loves tearing your defense apart by making great passes and executing on offense.
Bane, no good. Morant outside. Here's Edey. Good. And the nice assist from Morant.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an easy look from outside.
Curry against Morant. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting. And you see the unselfishness from Morant, wanting to share that ball with any open teammate.
Green with a screen on Morant. Curry with a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Curry's got 7 points.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Warriors leading by 5. Curry looking around. To the middle. And Post gets it to go.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And Morant throws it down.
I don't know, but it seems like Morant's got springs or something in his shoes.
Outside Curry. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Jackson.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Morant drives. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Ooh, as usual, Morant bringing down the house.
And here is Curry. He's got 7. And the 3 off target. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Stephens, defended by Moody. Here's Heaney. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now Curry fires away from way outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Warriors. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
Jimmy Butler is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Moses Moody. Then it's Curry. And it's Post in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Memphis trailing here. After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoffs, Richard. Last season. Oh, how about that slam?
Whoa! You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things in your own hands. Now here's Butler. Pass to Post. There's the pick. Back to Butler. And there's Butler with the flush.
And the sheer muscle from Butler. I mean, a solid finisher, even when he gets hit.
When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Now Curry, following the miss by John Morant from deep. Green, no luck.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Now here's Morant for 3. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. That 3 off the mark. The Warriors trailing. Curry finds Moody. Green, the screen. Free throw line jump shot. And again, no good by Golden State.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Puff passes to Stevens. Morant outside. Sinks the triple. Now it's a 4-point Memphis lead.
When Ja is knocking down that 3 consistently, it takes his game to a different level.
Here's Curry. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
Analytics or the eye test. The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
When Curry gets a look that's good, he is automatic. There is almost no stopping him.
Now here's Morant, defended by Moody. And Memphis turns it over again. And former NBA big man David West in attendance. He won a couple rings here with Golden State.
And he'd been an all-star in New Orleans, a cornerstone piece for the Pacers, but he sacrificed a lot to come to the Warriors and win it all.
Now here's Curry. He's got 12. Moody with it. Guarded now by Jackson. They get it again. Pass to post. Misses the jumper. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. A 3 from Morant. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That is his first foul of the game. Edey's checked in for the Grizzlies.
Number 14.
1:35 left now here in the second. Here's Curry driving in, and it's Morant with the rebound.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Curry with the steal. Outside Butler. 1:07 left to play in the first half. Count that one.
That was just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Pass to Edey. Jacks up a 3. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one.
Memphis foul.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health. The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Jackson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Jackson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Grizzlies. Here's Curry. He's got 14. Down low, post, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Ja Morant has been leading the charge. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. They've got Kennard. Clark is out there with Wells. Then there's Desmond Bane. And it's Bagley in at the center position. And stolen by Payton. And here's the fast break.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
It didn't take long for Podziemski to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Pods clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
Kennard kicks to Clark. Kennard setting the pick for Clark. Back to Kennard. Lock at 6. Pass to Bain. Trains the three-pointer. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Now Jackson Davis. Defended by Bagley. Payton right side. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooter.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
Inside, there's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Now, here's Kennard. He's defended by Pajemski. Payne for 3. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Warriors trail by 5. Outside, Kuminga. Pass to Pajemski. From downtown. Offensive rebound. Here's Jackson Davis. Off on the layup. Memphis leading by 5. Outside, Bagley. Out left to the wing. Bagley sends a screen for Wells. And stolen by Payton. And then Hield with the dunk.
His teammates are going to love seeing that hustle up the court from Buddy Hield. And that offensive energy, it's contagious.
Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closely. Bain, no good. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Hield with it. Picked up by Bagley. Releases. Back to Hield. Pass to Kuminga. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is good. Kuminga's got 4 this quarter.
Look at Hield's unselfish approach. He's working to find everyone to look, not just himself.
A kick out to Bain. And Kennard launches it from deep. And again, Memphis no good. Warriors have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the third. Payton. They kick out to Hield. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hield's got his second bucket of the night.
Scoring close in. Hield is more than just a three-point gunner.
Kennard against Hield. Kennard on the wing. A kick out to Bain. To stop the drought. The Warriors pull it in. Payton outside. Pass to Pajemski. And it's Desmond Bain with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
5 seconds left in the third. On its way from Curry for 2. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Warriors on top. They lead by 1. And And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Here's Morant. We've got Green. Curry is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Post in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Working through the lane, Morant, he's got such a great change of speed to keep the defense off.
To the paint, here's Curry. Wow, magical moves inside from Steph Curry. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Jackson has the open look. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 4 assists now tonight.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And finished off by Morant.
It's just so much fun to watch Ja fly. The way this man can take off is so impressive.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Zach Edey. That's foul number 2 for him.
Team foul.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Kept alive.
I like Morant's workmanlike approach on D. He finds good matchups and makes an impact.
From deep. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Building out this lead brick by brick, they have taken a very methodical approach.
Curry outside. Rebounded by Jackson.
Credit to him for trying to get that 3 right back. Missed the shot, but that's a fighter's mentality.
Driving to the basket. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now, here's Morant for 3. And Moody pulls it down. Warriors trail by 7. Green with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Green kicks to Curry. To stop the run. Warriors getting another chance here. Second chance shot. The shot comes out. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Over to the left wing. Williams, a screen on Butler. Stevens, the pass to Jackson. Plays it up and banks it in.
Jackson Jr.
Jackson's got the lead up to 9 now for Memphis.
A tough cover. Jackson has a ton of post work. He can go over either shoulder or face up.
Another miss by Curry.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
It's stolen by Green. Butler pass it to Moody. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Back to Jackson. It's picked off. Curry with it. Williams picks him up. Curry finishes off the break.
Understanding where he needs to be, Curry way out ahead that time.
Here's Edey. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. That shot wide open. Jackson's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Grizzlies. Warriors trail by 10. Outside Curry. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one's on Morant.
Look at Curry getting crafty, ensuring he gets fouled while in the act of shooting.
Stephen Curry hits them both. 1:21 left here in the 4th quarter. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. The kick out to Williams. Back to Jackson. Morant outside. Shot clock at 3. Stephens can't get it to go. And so it's Golden State with it. Pass to Edey. Some nice passing there by Memphis. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Stephens. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Curry. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be. To be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Now here's Morant. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road.
Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson.
These teams like to get into the half-court stand. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many teams like that anymore, but it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possessions.
Now the opening lineup for the Portland Trailblazers. Avdia out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the 2.
Look at how Grant attacks the interior, doing what it takes to get a high percentage shot.
Green, a screen. The 3 from Curry. Drains the triple.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Outside Sharpe. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharpe hammer at home.
Curry looking it over. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Curry's got 5.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Avdia. And he buries his first look.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Hey, guys. Well, this year marked the loss of Blazers great, Hall of Famer, and truly a one-of-one, Bill Walton. One of the greatest big men this league has ever seen, known for his incredible passing skills. And off the court, he was just as dedicated to assisting others and making the world a better place. Guys, there is no question Bill Walton will be missed.
His legacy carries on. Okay, Shams, thank you. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
There's 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
Curry, he's open. That one a little long.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Here's Kamare. Pass to Ayton. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense, given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
Not afraid to mix it up inside. Curry is a crafty finisher.
Sharpe goes in. Ooh, good work defensively by Butler.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Avdia. He's got 5. Grant outside. Fires the 3. Clock at 6. Fires high post. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
Extremely accurate from that area. Grant knew that was going in as soon as it left his fingers.
On the wing, Curry. 9 points in the game. Green finds Curry. Pass to Moody. Stolen by Ayton. On the break. Sharp with it. Now guarded by Curry. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Portland shooting their first free throws of the evening. And he drops the first. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. They also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Throws it down despite a man right in his face. Opportunity here to make it a 3-point. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
At the line for 1.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
After the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here he goes. Hey, great D that time from Grant.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Sharp against Curry. Pass to Avdia. Shot clock at 5. And there's the lob. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Curry gets the bucket.
Well, guys, I'm happy I'm not guarding Steph right now. On nights like tonight, Curry can do no wrong.
Here's Sharp. Warriors with the rebound. Butler passes to Green. Shoots over Grant. That one's good from Green. And the assist by Butler.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Portland ahead, up by 2. And quarter. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on it.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
On the court right now for Portland, DeAndre Ayton is out there with Avdia. Then it's Jeremy Grant, then the Sharp, and it's Kamare in at the shooting guard position. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game. They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Curry's shot is off. Portland leading. From the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Kamare's got 6.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
It's Sharp on the wing. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Pulls it from the corner. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Moody passes to Green. Back to Moody. Outside Curry. Outside for Butler. Shoots over Grant. Portland with a rebound. Avdia's got 4 rebounds in the game. Well, the truth is, Stan, you lose a franchise legend like Damian Lillard, it really changes your identity.
Oh, it does, Brian. Their offense ran through Lillard for over a decade.
Last year was almost a total reset. Now someone has to step up and be that guy.
The speed of Curry's drive really makes some trouble for the defense, just cutting them to pieces.
Outside Sharp. Avdia screen on Butler. Butler against Sharp, and that's his 4th bucket of the game in 7 attempts.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not.
The burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
Back to Curry. Curry creates inside.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Outside Sharp. Pulls it from the top of the key. Rebounded by Green. Warriors trail by 5. Butler into the lane. Ooh, Ayton with the block.
Yeah, Ayton has all the physical gifts of a great shot blocker. Size, length, and agility.
Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Grant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He has the knack for being in the right spot at the right time. Gets a lot of sneaky points with his work on the glass.
Stolen by Ayton. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Avdia from outside. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Grant against Curry. Grant in the post. Give him 8 points now. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
Inside, stolen by Ayton. Grant outside. The 3-pointer off the mark. And it's Butler with the ball for Golden State. Trailing by 13.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of them.
Sharp. And they jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
And so difficult to defend. Sharp has 3-level scoring ability, and he is prolific.
Can't hit that one.
How does such an elite finisher not throw that down? I'm confused.
And so it's Portland in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggling.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the 3rd quarter.
Ready for the fans. Half-court shot.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
They've got Buddy Hield. Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis, and it's Podziemski in at the point guard position. That's the Warriors 5. Hield from outside. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
It's tipped. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
Portland leading by 15. Simons outside, takes a 3. The shot, no good. Golden State has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. But Jimsky's shot is good.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
The Trailblazers' shooting has been tremendous. 63% for the game and scoring with confidence. Pass to Klingon. Shoots over Kuminga. Not enough on that one as it misses. Warriors trail by 13. Down low. Here's Jackson Davis. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Jimsky, first personal foul. First team foul.
Henderson scanning the floor. Simons, a screen on Hield. Henderson for 3.
Good to see Hield upping his defensive intensity there, making an impact with his high energy.
And he drives in. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Hield passes to Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Henderson against Hield. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Yeah, and Henderson has got some hops for sure. You cannot let him get to the rim.
Pass to Kuminga. Hield against Henderson. Second shot opportunity. It's tipped.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Simons outside. Jacks up a 3. He drops it from range. Simons got his second bucket of the night. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
Here's Thibault. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Thibault's gotten his first bucket of the night. Pass to Jackson Davis. Here's Payton. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Well, Stan, he was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always thought like a head coach.
Henderson, the pass to Thibault. It's stolen by Hield. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. And Kuminga throws it down.
B.A., forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet. Simons outside. Pass to Klingon. Lets it fly. Pajimski grabs the board. Warriors trail by 9. On the wing, Payton, covered by Thibault. Payton's shot is good.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Henderson outside. Over Hield. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Henderson's got 6 here in the quarter.
Yeah, very efficient shooter from inside the arc. Henderson can beat you in a plethora of ways.
Jackson Davis, a screen. Here's Payton. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Now the Blazers on the move. Henderson for three. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So the Trail Blazers 5 right now. They've got DeAndre Ayton. Avdia out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe, and it's Kamare in at the 2. To the paint. Here's Sharpe. And then jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Here's Kamare. They get it back. Outside for Grant. This one for 3. He's off on that one.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Butler. Ooh, JB, look out.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
So it's Portland now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to Kamare. Just 4 to shoot. Outside for Grant. Here's the 3. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
No hesitation from Grant. He's not bashful shooting off the catch when given the chance.
Butler taking his time here. On the attack, JB.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Green against Avdia. Driving inside. Tries again. Outside for Grant. 8 in the open look. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Trailblazers lead by 12. The Warriors have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now. And a deep 3 from Curry. Oh, Curry stretching the limits. Wow, what a shot. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Out to the right wing. Here's Ayton. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Ayton's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, he's shooting a high percentage, but not taking enough shots, in my opinion. He needs to be more aggressive on offense.
And here's Curry for 3. Avdia pulls it in.
2 minutes.
Avdia's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside Sharpe. And he double clutches and throws it down.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. The 3 from Curry. Curry with another miss. Trailblazers lead by 13. And a nice finish on the layup.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Pass to Curry. Butler against Grant. 6 to shoot, and that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge. They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Trailblazers.
Their shot blocking was a huge advantage in this game.
Yeah, I love the excellent defense in the paint. It led to a lot of key stops.
From deep three-point land, and Ayton pulls it down. Portland has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the 4th. Pass to Kamari. 41 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. Curry with it. Puts up a 3. Good. He's been great in this one. 9 for 15 after that shot. And so here's Portland, leading by 12. Sharp against Butler. Pass to Avdia. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game.
3rd team foul.
16 seconds left in the 4th quarter here.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
So no problem for Portland as they get the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true.
Greg, we know the... Both these teams have had a difficult stretch recently and are hoping to turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, the struggles will continue.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Ayton is out there with Avdia. Then there's Grant. Then it's Sharp. And it's Kamare in at the 2. Now here's Morant. Drives to the hoop. And Morant throws it down.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
Here's Kamare. Grant for 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Now, here's Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
We know, Brett, there are many roads that lead to the modern NBA. And Shaedon Sharp took his own unique path.
Yeah, Kevin, you could say that again. I mean, he was on the Kentucky campus as a player, but never participated in a collegiate game, and then all of a sudden finding himself at the top end of the NBA draft without ever playing a college game.
This is how athletic Morant is, a point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
And the basket by Kamare. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Morant. 6 points for him. Jackson, a screen on Ayton.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Grizzlies shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Avdia gets the bucket.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp, that time.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. For Memphis, they've got their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Morant with the screen on Sharp.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Grant kicks to Ayton. Six on the shot clock. And it's Morant with the rebound.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Lets it fly. And it's Memphis with another.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. Now, he highlighted the problems that come along with facing a center like DeAndre Ayton. Coach said DeAndre impacts the game on both ends of the floor. He can score inside, shoot the mid-range jumper, and defensively, he can protect the rim and switch out on the perimeter. Certainly a talented young center. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Edey. The Blazers getting the bucket. Baseline J on the way. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Avdia can't hit.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Jackson. Now here's Williams. Back to Jackson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Grant surveying the D. Offensive rebound. Chalk up 2 there. Avdia's got 5 points so far.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. Launches from deep. And it's Morant missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Now Sharp. He takes it in. It'll count. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
Yeah, getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
Jaren Jackson is out there with Vince Williams. Then there's Edey. Then it's Morant. And it's Stevens in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And then Sharp with the dunk.
And Sharp, just a wing player, showing that verticality he has, getting high above the rim that time.
And the NBA is truly an international league. I mean, look no further than DeAndre Ayton, hailing from the Bahamas.
Well, you love that him and Buddy Hield carrying the torch for their home country. Ayton is actually the second first overall pick from the Bahamas, the first one being the great Michael Thompson.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Now, here's Morant for 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Sharp with it. He's got 8. Outside, Avdia. Grant outside. Shot clock at 5. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Took a substantial hit there, and Grant able to finish. Wow, that's a bump.
And once known for his defense, Jeremy Grant has become a knockdown three-point shooter. Brent, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's really opened up some lanes for him as a player to do more, become more complete. I mean, his slashing game has come along. He's been a better rebounder. And if you foul him, he's going to cash in at the free throw line.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Let them hit. Here's Sharp. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Morant scanning the floor. Such a wide open look. Morant's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Grizzlies. Here's Kamare. Floats one. He lays it in. Kamare's got his second basket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Outside Jackson. Williams against Grant. Williams passes to Morant. 6 to shoot. There's the drive. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. Jeremy Grant picks one up. Memphis shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Now, here's Avdia. 5 points in the game. Ayton up top. Over Edey. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 5. And here's Morant. Launches it. Drills the three-pointer. Stefan's got 5 points so far.
It's like reading the picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
And that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Jackson. Morant against Sharp. 1:03 left in the second quarter. Off target with his 3. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Morant kicks to Jackson. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And now Portland on the break. And Ayton throws it down.
Just great hands for Ayton to time that one.
Memphis has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Avdia, and staying with the play, Avdia. Now it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Kamara, good, and Grant gets the assist. Kamare's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Grant with a nice heads-up play, willing to make the next pass.
Here he goes.
2 teammates connecting right there, slick feed.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Now, here's Sharp. 10 points for him. Portland, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Sharp still trying to find some comfort and familiarity at the free throw line. Sometimes it takes some young guys longer.
They set the pick. Now here's Morant for 3. And so it's Portland in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Really really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. Matisse Thybulle's out there with Klingon. Then it's Anthony Simons. Then it's Rob Williams. And it's Henderson in at the 2. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
On defense, Memphis. They trail by 9 points.
Not just a heat check. How about a range check for Simons? He nails it.
And for the Grizzlies, their shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Klingon. And it's Klingon with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The Bad Boy Pistons, and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Simons, the pass to Henderson. No good on the 3. Grizzlies have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. They grabbed their own miss. Payton for 3. And another miss by Memphis. Trailblazers leading by 14. And then Henderson with the dunk.
There's the basketball mind of Henderson working. Stayed ahead of the play for the score.
And another miss by Memphis. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Buries the long-range jumper.
3 points. That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
No good from Clark.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Now Simons. After Brandon Clark missing on that last three-pointer. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Shot clock at 6. With the shot. Klingon's shot is off. The Grizzlies trail by 19. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The Blazers on offense. They've scored 10 straight. The Grizzlies pull it in. And a wide open look for Bane. Traps in the tray. Bane's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine. Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now here's Williams, and Simons wide open. He'll fight. Good. A nice assist for Williams.
And Anthony believing in himself that time, just zero hesitation on that shot.
Payton for 3. Offensive rebound on the wing, Bane. The tray. And Klingon pulls it down.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Now, here's Kennard. Following the miss by Robert Williams.
Hitting that shot off balance, Kennard showing he's more than just a standstill, stationary shooter.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game.
13 foul.
Henderson against Spain. Now, here's Thibault. He's guarded closely. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Thibault's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Trailblazers. Here's Clark. The kick out to Bain. Again, the miss by Bain. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Simons surveying the D. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Huff. The Grizzlies trail by 21. Clark with it. Klingon defending. Here's Wells. Misses the 3. The Blazers on offense. They're on an 18-6 run. Now Simons. 8 points for him. Over Wells. The shot's good from Simons. Simons has got 10 points in just the second half.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And at the end of the third quarter, and it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
First team foul.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Desmond Bain. Wells is out there with Clark. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now, here's Sharp. Outside, Avdia. Clock at 4. Crafty move. Edie with the rebound.
I saw a green light there. He's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
There's the steal. And now Portland on the break. Ayton wide open. No good with the triple. Grizzlies shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Jackson misses. Trailblazers leading by 23. Grant with the ball. Williams picks him up. Grant, that's good.
Grant at 6'9", using that length right there. A nice soft touch in close to the rim.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Stevens, the pass to Morant. Hits it from three-point range.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Pass to Grant for 3. Kept alive. Ayton kicks to Avdia. Beyond the arc. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
And it's Morant missing.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Now, here's Avdia. Morant outside. Morant with another miss. Portland has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Grant.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Now here's Morant for 3. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Trailblazers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And not just an athlete. Sharp is very crafty with the ball in his hands.
Here's Steffens, defended by Sharp, and it's Morant missing.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
And the basket by Kamare.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Portland.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
Edey with the rebound. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Morant, that's for two. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Trailblazers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
Avdia following the basket by DeAndre Ayton. Avdia, the pass to Ayton. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Jackson in the corner. Morant, that's for two. Stolen by Grant. Now, here's Avdia. Defense is right there. Fires for three. They get it back. And Ayton throws it down.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Williams, that's good. Sharp with it. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what.
matchup.
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Green out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Moody. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Post in at the center position. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Remember when people were questioning whether the Warriors were truly a dynasty, RJ?
I do, and that was erased for good with that championship run in 2022. I still think that is Steph's most important championship. That title cemented them as one of the all-time great teams of the last 50 years.
Well, Richard, with the relocations and the floor he covers, Curry is still an anomaly with his conditioning.
He's got an off-season program that would make other NBA stars tap out, including myself. His conditioning is amongst the best of all time. It wears on you as a defender. Now, he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
Showing off that vert. Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it.
Now here's Curry. And here's Butler outside. The rebound by Edey. From deep, Morant gets the three ball to go. Morant's got 5 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Curry against Morant. And here's Green from the arc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Morant, the pass to Kennard. Here's Edey. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's Memphis with a three.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Butler against Bain. Outside Moody. Pass to Green. Oh, and Jackson with the block.
Putting that 7'5" wingspan to use. Jackson with great timing on the rejection.
Count it. He's got 5.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies. I wanted to know how he planned on tackling the Jimmy Butler problem. He told me I want to make everything as hard for him as possible, anything we can do to bother him and to get him to be even a little less aggressive, trying to put out the fire before it starts. That's the plan. Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Curry. Moody with it, and Kennard picks him up defensively. Here's Curry. Can't get it to drop. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson. Kennard against Green. Launches it from deep. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
The team-first mindset of Jackson, willing to get the ball to his open guys.
Here's the pick. Pass to Post. And it's Bain with the rebound. Grizzlies lead by 3. Launches it. Morant, no good. The Warriors have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Count it.
Putting his body to work in the paint. Butler using his athletic skills to get it done.
Butler against Morant. Here's Edey. Back to Morant. From behind the arc. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Edey. The Warriors have gone 3 of 8 so far. For all the adversity Memphis faced last season, Richard, there were some silver linings.
BA, they had a lot of talented young players get more minutes than they might have otherwise due to the injuries, and there is nothing more valuable than experience.
The Warriors leading. Butler passes to Green. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Green's got 7 points in the game.
Zero fear in Green's game. Loves mixing it up down low.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Moses Moody. That's his first foul. Moran against Butler. From deep three-point range.
As hard-nosed as they come, Butler forces you to do extra to score against him.
Oh, and Jackson with the block. And they're able to recover. They set the pick. Green, the pass to Butler. The kick out. Curry launches a three. Memphis with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Desmond Bane. That's his first foul.
14 foul.
The Warriors lead by 3. Now Curry. 5 points in the game. Outside Moody. Curry looking it over. 4 seconds left. Oh, and Jackson with the block. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. The three from Curry. Up again. Buried from outside. I don't know. I think we may get a review here. That was close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
While this call may not decide the game, you always prefer to get it right.
And the ruling is in. The call stands. No bucket. So no change in the score as we end the quarter. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Warriors on top, leading by 3. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Warriors.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And following off of what you said, they've really done a good job distributing the ball, passing up good shots for great ones.
And so in the game for the Warriors, they've got Stephen Curry. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Moody, and it's Post in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Kennard. He's covered closely. Shot clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Edey. It's rebounded by Golden State. Butler's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Desmond Bane. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Outside Curry. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve. A bit undersized, his hops make him a legit small ball 4.
Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. Butler's got his 6th rebound on the night. Moody passes to Green. Green with a screen on Moran. Butler with the ball. Jackson in his pocket. Butler so crafty around the rim.
I wouldn't say Butler seeks contact, but he sure doesn't turn it down.
It's Jackson, high post. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Out to the wing. Jackson with a screen on Butler. Morant finds Bane. Clock at 6. Nails it from beyond the arc. Bane's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And you think about the fearlessness of Ja Morant and how he attacks, even as a smaller player. RJ, you got any comparisons?
I would say AI, but AI was more of a 2-guard, even though he was a couple inches shorter. But definitely similarities of how they attack the paint with fearlessness.
Moran against Curry. Butler, a screen on Jackson. Ooh, good work on the interior from Butler.
Sometimes the basics are all you need. Draymond runs a fundamental play to a great effect.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Curry. Wow, Curry takes the hit and finishes inside.
He's a magician inside. Curry always finds a window.
Bane with a screen on Butler. Morant, the pass to Bane. Morant surveying the floor. Off target from outside. The Warriors lead by 6. To the middle. Oh! Green dropping the hammer!
With how much Draymond moves on the offensive end, Green gets a lot of dunk opportunities.
Bane, no good. Knocks it loose. The Warriors have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. Moody on the wing, defended by Kennard. Pulls up. Moody misses.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Kennard for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Butler's got rebound number 7 tonight. Bane with it, now guarded by Curry. Pass to Bane. Now here's Kennard. Outside Bane. Outside Morant. Just 5 on the clock. Up top Jackson. Over Green. And there's Jackson on the assist by Morant.
What separates Jaren from other bigs is he's got great confidence in his shot.
Curry against Morant. From deep. The rebound by Jackson. Grizzlies trail by 6. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
They set the pick. Back to Kennard. 20 seconds left in the first half. Hits the three-pointer. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
3rd team foul. Substitution on the court.
Podziemski with it. From outside the arc. Nails it from 3.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. And don't go far. We'll be right back. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
Yeah, he's showing off how skilled he is at attacking the defense and converting at the line.
He knows that that's a strength for him. If they're going to keep fouling, he has no problem taking that.
They've got Vince Williams, and it's Huff in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies, and the shot goes down.
He held his position in the paint, grabbed the rebound, and dropped it back in. Just a terrific play.
Richard, for years, the Grizzlies' team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always out to prove themselves.
5 on the clock. Wells, the pass to Stevens. No good from outside. The Warriors lead by 8. To the inside. Outside Kuminga. Pass to Hield. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's on Vince Williams.
This is how active a scorer Hield is, consistent at putting pressure on the defenders and getting calls.
Hield has bounced around for a while now, but he's still a deadly shooter, Richard.
Hield is the definition of a shooter for hire. He's a mercenary. When he's on the floor, he's looking to pull up from deep. That's what he's paid to do. He's been an elite shooter his whole career.
Pass to Pippen. And the layup is good off the glass.
That's just smart basketball right there, finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Richard, it comes as no surprise that Golden State is routinely at the top of the league for made threes.
That's how this team has been constructed. They are custom built to rain threes on you, and we've seen it be very, very effective.
Pass to Huff. The teardrop falls off target. The Warriors lead by 9. And Peyton, here we go. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Wells. Still without a bucket. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Here's Pippen. Got a hand on it. Pass to Wells. Outside, Williams. Here's Pippen, defended by Pajemski. Second chance shot. Nice shot by Stevens.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Outside Hield. Outside Pajemski. Pass to Jackson Davis. And that one's good.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Here's Pippen. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, BA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Kuminga, the pass to Peyton. Back to Kuminga. Out to Hield. 6 to shoot. Pass to Kuminga. Kuminga soars in for the slam. Man, he makes it look easy.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Drives to the hoop. Pippen, no good. The Warriors lead by 9. Peyton passes to Kuminga. Out to Hield. The 3. Counted from distance. Hield's got 4 points in the quarter.
You got to expect this from a high-volume shooter with range like Hield. He loves to let threes fly from everywhere.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
There's 45 seconds left in the third. Williams with the screen. He shoots a 3. Jackson Davis grabs a miss. Jackson Davis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pajemski with it. Guarded now by Williams. Outside Peyton. The shake. And the layup is good. Peyton's gotten his second bucket.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Here's Wells to the wing, right side. Huff. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Huff's got his first 2 points.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors going into the break up 12. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the floor for the Warriors, Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's Butler. And it's Post in at the 5, down low.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Ja slithered. Oh, an impossible move. Ja Morant.
Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone threw him in some water.
Green, a screen. Curry passes to Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Pass to Kennard. Jackson with it. Green covering. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul of the game. Butler against Morant. And there's the... Whoa! Oh, my goodness!
It's been all about Ja tonight. Can score in so many different ways.
Curry passes to Moody. Inside. Here's Green. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson. They push it up 4 on 3. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Green. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Morant. Morant with the close range bucket.
Working through the lane. Morant, he's got such a great change of speed to keep the defense off.
And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That'll be foul number 5 on him. On the wing, Curry, hounded by Morant. Outside Curry, down low. And so he draws the foul, and they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can...
Second team foul.
It's confirmed.
Shooting for Golden State.
Many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look. So the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over that last break, I was able to catch the message that the Grizzlies head coach was giving to his team. He reminded his team just how close this game is, saying, guys, we aren't out of this yet. We still have plenty of time left. Let's go out and execute our game plan, and I promise you, we will win this game. Let's see how they come out of this timeout, Brian.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. RJ, when Ja Morant's at his best, you won't find a more entertaining player in the league.
BA, he is a generational talent. There is no easy way to defend him. That blend of skill, athleticism, quickness, it is so impressive and hard to guard.
To the middle. Outside Moody. To the paint. Here's Post. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pass to Morant. There's the drive. And then Morant with the jam.
By maximizing their potential on every scoring opportunity, they've somehow, some way made this a thrilling finale.
The 3 from Curry. Curry rises up and hits the 3.
Yeah, most of the time you assume Curry's 3-ball is falling. That's how good he is.
Morant finds Kennard. There's a screen. Pass to Edey. Kicks it out to Kennard. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
And I think the crowd is admiring the long-range duel.
Green against Jackson. 1:46 left in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Curry passes to Butler. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The drive by Morant. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Butler. In transition, here come the Warriors. Moody from outside. Moody on the wing. Another shot. Pass to Green. Now Curry, pounded by Morant. Morant against Curry. Goes up again. The rebound by Edey. And here's Memphis. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Jackson. Money. And that one brings them within one.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
Outside Curry. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Jackson outside. Ball stolen. Green on the attack. It falls.
An experienced and confident player. How about Green being the one to bury the big-time shot?
Jackson outside. There's a screen. Back to Morant. For the tie. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. And so it's the Warriors who come out on top here. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Rick. Backwards in this one, Stan. Cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. The starters for the Golden State Warriors. We've got Green. Stephen Curry is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Butler. And it's Post in at the center position, filling out the middle. Aiden, no good. And it's Green with the ball for the Golden State Warriors. Here's Post, and he dunks it down.
With two hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Butler against Sharp. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharp hammer at home.
Curry passes to Green. Outside Curry. Floats one up. And he's going to the line for two. The official. Saw. Contact while he was going up. It goes on Denny Avdia.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Stephen Curry.
And so Curry nails both of them.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Now Portland with it. And when you talk about this Portland team, Stan, they're young and talented. They have some nice pieces going forward.
Yeah, Brian, it starts with Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons in that backcourt, but Shaedon Sharp, when healthy, they've got some good pieces to build around.
Here's Curry. Portland making their last shot. Pass to Post. Shot from 12. Avdia pulls it in. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. It's stolen by Curry. And they're running. Over Sharp. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Grant outside. Back to Sharp. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Oh, it's stolen by Butler.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took advantage.
Moody, good.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Chauncey Billups. I asked him outright how he planned to deal with Steph Curry. How does anyone deal with him, Coach joked. He went on to say, we'll try to contest every shot and chase him off the arc, but emphasis on try. Not easy to solve a problem with no good solution, I guess, B.A.
Allie, thank you. Curry from deep three-point land. Nice open look, but it's no good. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. They trail by 1. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Count that bucket. Avdia's got his second basket.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Right side, Green. Back to Moody. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's the break. Oh!
Wow!
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
That's an athletic play by Sharp. Putting in the sweat to beat the other guys back on the fast break.
Now here's Curry. Lets it go. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Pass to Kamari. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Grant with a screen on Butler. Sharp. And it's Portland with another.
Showing off some playmaking abilities with the pick and roll. I know Coach likes seeing this from Sharp.
Right side Curry. And the shot goes.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Portland leading by 3. Outside Sharp. Off the outside. Butler with a steal. For 3. Curry with another miss. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 7 and looking good. Sharp passes to Graham. Over Butler. Grant's shot is off.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Fires for 3. And it's Stephen Curry with the 3. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Sharp. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Shaedon Sharp making highlights for the Portland Trailblazers. 8 points in the quarter, showing how... And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Portland.
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Jeremy Grant out there with Denny Avdia. Then there's Sharp, then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Kamari in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And it's Green missing.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
He takes it in. Got it.
He gets inside right when he sees the opening. Gotta attack when you have that chance.
The Warriors trailing. They set the screen. Ooh, poked away. Stolen by Sharp. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
And he's got such great hands. Ayton corrals rebounds and doesn't lose his touch on follow-ups.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Avdia against Green. Avdia can't get it to go.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Pass to Green. Back to Curry. Takes the 3. Nice D from Avdia. Portland leading by 5. Puts up a deep 3. The offensive rebound. And Ayton gets it to go.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
Outside Curry. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. He can't get it to go.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Up top, Ayton. Right at the free throw line. The Warriors pull it in.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
On the wing, Curry. Guarded by Sharp. The kick out, Curry. 4 on the clock. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Sharp with it. Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk!
The burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
Curry looking it over. Here's Moody. That one's wide left. Portland leading by 6. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
1:44 left in the half. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Excellent timing by Ayton on the alley-oop pass. He's perfectly positioned to throw it down.
Lots of Grants in the NBA over the years. Jeremy Grant acts like a guy who grew up around the league. You can really see it, Coach.
Well, Brian, he really did grow up around the league and really just a high IQ player, great in the locker room, gives you great energy and effort every night.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Sends it home from three-point land.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. So Portland ends up going with a new group. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Curry against Simons. Curry passes to Green. And it's rejected.
I like this. The sheer size and reach of Klingon was a big factor in him finding that block.
And here's Portland. They're on a 16-3 run. Simons outside. Henderson outside. Throws it up high. And they get it back. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Here's Curry. The 3 is up. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
And so it's Portland liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. Back to the game after this break. end with a big gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Shaedon Sharpe really making a difference here.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. They've got Buddy Hield. Kuminga is out there with Gary Payton II. Then there's Brandon Podziemski, and it's Jackson Davis in at the 5, down low.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Here's Podziemski, knocks it down from distance.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Henderson scanning the floor. Out to the right wing. Here's Klingon. Jackson Davis grabs the miss. Warriors trail by 12. And you watch Donovan Klingon. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
Simon's up top, defended by Podziemski. Ooh, they pick off the pass. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break.
Personal foul, Anthony Simon. First personal foul. First team foul.
He misses the free throw. Grant, there's such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, B.A., they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA. Woo!
And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
At the line for your trailblazers,
People will worry.
Matisse Thybulle, shooting 1. The play is under video review.
To adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And the free throw, no good. Pass to Klingon. Outside Thybulle. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Golden State.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now here's Henderson. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, and Henderson has got some hops for sure. You cannot let him get to the rim.
Pass to Kuminga. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. And that one drops for him.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
And there's a pick, and it's Simons penetrating, and he jams it home with authority.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Up top, Podziemski. Outside Hield. Oh, sweet move. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Where was the defense? Can't allow Hield to get this kind of positioning to throw it down.
Pass to Klingon. 1:25 left in the third quarter. Pajemski grabs the board. Warriors trail by 11. Fires the three. Hits the trifecta. Pajemski's got 7 points for the quarter.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
And a two-handed jam.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Here's Heel. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
A prolific scorer dating back to his college days. Heel just understands how to generate points.
Good on the second one. There's 38 seconds left in the third. And here's Henderson. Thibault, a screen on Heel. Outside Thibault. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Thibault's got 6.
Yeah, great find right there by Henderson. He is such a gifted facilitator.
Here's Heel, driving to the basket.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. What has them... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. We've got Jeremy Grant, Avdia out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe, and it's Kamare in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
And so difficult to defend. Sharpe has 3-level scoring ability, and he is prolific.
Outside Curry. The 3. Portland with a rebound. Avdia's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. It's stolen by Green. Curry with it. Picked up by Grant. Back to Curry. Curry creates inside.
Not afraid to mix it up inside. Curry is a crafty finisher.
Outside Sharpe. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And he lobs it up top. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Pass to Moody. Green, a screen. Lets the 3 fly. Moody misses. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And they've also been in the zone with the mid-range jumper. The defense has given them space, and they haven't hesitated to rise and fire.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Off the outside. From the arc. That shot off.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And here's Butler outside. The 3 dropped in by Jimmy Butler.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Butler against Sharpe with the drive. Pass to Ayton. Clock at 6. Floats one. With one on the clock. And 8. Throw it down.
My Lord, the agility on that size. Aiden's on another. Level. And that's a foolish pass. Plain and simple.
Trailblazers lead by 9. Sharp, no good. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Outside Curry. There's the 3. And Aiden pulls it down. Aiden's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Kamari, no good. Warriors trail by 9. The 3 from Curry. Portland with a rebound. Aiden's got rebound number 11. The Trailblazers have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Pass to Avdia. Now Grant fires the 3. He buries it from 3. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Trailblazers lead by 12. Avdia from outside. Another 3 for Portland.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Will it go? And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Personal foul.
Yeah, fearless play from Curry inside. Going up against tough defense and getting fouled while shooting.
So he gets them both. There's 1:26 left in the final quarter. Avdia against Green. Pass to Sharp. Into the lane. And then jammed it down as he goes right over Jimmy Butler.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Trailblazers.
Boy, this was one physical game, guys.
They obviously felt that was an advantage of theirs coming in, and they were able to be relentless inside as a result.
And Grant gets it to go.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Outside Curry, 3-pointer. Sharp grabs the miss. And here's Portland. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. They push it up 4 on 3. Outside Curry. The Trailblazers winning this one easily. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a...
matchup. Both these teams feature some very athletic players.
Well, if we get out in transition, Kevin, there's definitely some top 10 moments that are going to come up. A bunch of high flyers on both of these rosters. And we expect to see a lot of airtime from these players tonight.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Williams is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5 down low. Outside Williams. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul.
Jeremy Grant.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Bane. And he dunks it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple of years. Grant's done it all.
Avdia against Jackson. Hands it from downtown.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
For Memphis, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. Morant looking around. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Chauncey Billups.
Now, we talked about the big man, Jaren Jackson Jr., and specifically how to defend him. Coach said he's a guy that can score from all 3 levels. Our guys have to be on him and active defensively as soon as he touches the ball. Coach needs his team to bring the energy tonight, and we'll see if they can respond. Guys?
Thanks, David. Here's Edey. He's covered by 8. Morant outside. Pass to Jackson. Now here's Morant. Tight defense on him. Nobody near Williams. His 3-pointers off the mark. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
How about Ayton going up there and showing off a little bit of his skill with the half turn?
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game. And that one misses. Hey, Brett, what's one area where we really see these Portland Trailblazers excel?
Well, they're great on the offensive glass. They have presence on the inside. They have a ton of focus on just collecting rebounds. So great at retrieving those misses.
Here's Edey, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Grant surveying the D. There's 1:47 left to play here in the first. Clock at 6. Going inside. Tries again. Sweet move. Avdia gets the bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
Here's Kamare, guarded by Bane. Kamare misses. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Sinks the 3-pointer.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Avdia against Williams. Ayton a screen. Oh, Ayton in position. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Pass to Morant. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Jackson down low. Defended by Sharp. Jackson misses. Trailblazers trail by 6. Grant for 3. Shot to stop the run. Ayton sets the pick for Grant. The second chance effort. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Morant with the steal. It's not going to go for him. And so it's Memphis with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Grizzlies so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Avdia is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Shaedon Sharp. And it's Kamare in at the 2 spot. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. But in the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He wants to talk to his guys. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Grant.
Like the floater, Grant hitting that, it's really hard to block.
Morant kicks to Bane. Morant right side. Bane finds Williams. Back to Bane. 5 on the clock. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Bane's got the lead up to 9 now for the Grizzlies.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Here's Kamare, guarded by Bane. Williams against Avdia. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Sharp. Ja Morant with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Sharp.
Nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
The offensive rebound. A kick out to Bane. Morant passes to Williams. Outside Jackson. Lets it go from deep. They get the rebound.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Grizzlies.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handlers. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Remains Portland ball.
Here's Sharp. Six to shoot. The high post shot. It's good. Sharp's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, making it look routine. This is why Sharp's guys encourage him to look for that shot.
Morant kicks to Jackson. The kick out to Williams. Jackson against Avdia. Avdia with a defensive effort. Driving in. Morant against Sharp. Fires from deep. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, if Ayton continues to play with that kind of effort, possession by possession, he's a real tough cover.
Here's Morant. Avdia with the rebound.
Look, everyone wants to be part of a highlight play, but when you miss on completing it, it's pretty embarrassing. Just like we saw there.
Grant against Bain. Back to Avdia. It's over Morant. And too long on the shot. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Bain for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bain's got 11 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Ayton, the pass to Sharp. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Sharp's got 7 now in this quarter. Morant with it. 10 points for him. Pass to Edey. Fires the 3. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got 6 rebounds in the game. Grant, that's good.
Well, nice smooth release from Grant that time. Can't let him get that kind of rhythm.
Here's Morant.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Picked off in midair. That'll do it for the first half. Memphis out in front. They lead by 6. Gonna step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. We've got Luke Kennard. Brandon Clark is out there. With Wells, and it's tough in at the 5.
And Anthony believing in himself that time, just zero hesitation on that jab.
Here's Kennard. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Clark. And it's Portland with the rebound. Idle for 3. And the Trailblazers another 3.
Smart choice there by Klingon. The rookie moves the ball instead of forcing it himself.
And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game. Here's Kennard. And stolen by Simon. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Portland shooting their second free throw attempt of the night. Now a timeout called by Memphis. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And the slam dunk by Simon.
Tough to slow down the momentum that Simons has here. Just powered through on the drive.
And each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer, and now we are seeing him take the next step with his playmaking.
Anderson looking it over. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
The shot's good from Kennard.
3.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by Portland.
Kennard against Simons.
Good job with Simons not hesitating. Just opened up for a split second. He was ready to fire.
Pass to Steffens. Wells with it. Now here's Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Wells with it. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound by Williams. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Thibault for 3. Hands it from downtown. Thibault's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
He's very smart about spotting up in transition, and no one rotated over to contest that one.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
Timeout, timeout.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Timeout called the Grizzlies.
As things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Substitution on the court.
Timeout called the Grizzlies.
Attention fans. Now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud.
Pippins checked in for Jaren Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's Pippen. And it's Portland with the rebound.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Good on the 3-point shot.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Now Simons. He's got 8. Pass to Thibault. Shoots over Pippen. And that'll be...
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. And when you're a knockdown shooter like you were, with the kind of athleticism that Anthony Simons possesses, Brent, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, no doubt Anthony, one of those guys, really tough to stop. You got to pick your poison with him. That quickness and his ability to get to the rim, though, that can impact what they do offensively.
Here's Stevens. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Steffens got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA, and confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. And the layup's good off the glass. Now just a 3-point Trailblazer lead.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Pass to Klingon. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And it's Memphis on the break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Simons surveying the D. They set the pick. Pass to Klingon. And it's Thibault in the corner. And he gets the bucket. Thibault's got 10 points in just the second half.
And how about the awareness by Klingon, a big man who can sense when one of his teammates is open.
And Pippen gets it to go.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
And so after 3 quarters of play and some... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. Or you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Ayton. Grant is out there with Denny Avdia. Then it's Shaden Sharp. And it's Kamare in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And how about that move by Sharp against the defense, getting them to put contact on him so he can draw the foul.
And he's good on the second. Memphis has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Morant kicks to Bain. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
As a passer, Morant has developed great instincts, and he's going to exploit those gaps in the D.
Takes it inside, and there's the basket. Whistle blows, and a chance for a 3-point play, going to the line for 1.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
A kick out to Bain. Back to Morant. Takes the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Grant for 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Morant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. On the wing, Bain. He's covered by Grant.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaden Sharp. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Bain against Sharp. Bain passes to Morant. Here's Edey. Wide open look. Come on. Pass to Morant. Just 5 on the clock. There's the triple. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Grizzlies.
No adjustments made by the other team, and they couldn't defend against the speed of this group. They've been running over them in this one.
Well, something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever, able to do things most others can't.
Morant with the screen on Sharp. Here's Bain. Count it.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Pass to Kamare.
Two minutes in the game. 2 minutes.
Goes back up. Avdia can't hit.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
.151 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Sharp. Pass to Kamare. Grant with a screen on Bain. Pomeranz. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Williams looking over the floor. There's the three. Bain, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Ayton sets the pick for Avdia. Pass to Ayton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 20 feet out. It drops. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Morant kicks to Jackson. Back to Morant. Avdia with a defensive effort. And so they foul intentionally.
Third personal foul. 15 foul.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
Taking 2 shots.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 2-point ball game.
He's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated.
Second team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies.
Difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And he makes both free throws.
You can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made of as he's able to tie it up.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And here's Sharp. And he drives in. 3-pointer. Bullseye!
Well, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
The 3 from Morant. Buries the triple. And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
The backcourt today as good as it gets. And they earn the green light every time they touch the ball.
For your Blazers.
Here's Ayton. He made it. He gets it to go. Wow.
Zeros on the clock as he drains the game winner.
Unbelievable.